Hi everyone. Hi Deb. How's it going? How you doing today? Welcome in. So today we're going to be doing something card making most likely, but I just want to let you know what my mind was in case we shift. I had picked these up from the Dollar Tree a couple of weeks ago. They're a frame, and I'm thinking that we could take this frame and put a stamp inside. I feel okay. My cough, and as you can tell, my voice is still not back 100%. Um, but the lethargic piece is probably lethargy is probably the worst in the cough. But overall, I feel a lot better than I did last week, and I don't feel near as bad as I did when I had uh, COVID a couple of years ago. Thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate that. Um, so I thought we could paint these. Maybe I have the supplies for it, and then I wanted to just show you that I was attempting to be prepared because that's what people that do these things do, right? Like they get their stuff together, um, usually. So I have I die cut this out. I'm gonna show you the dies that the thing that I really want to use, but I got this in a D stash or something. It's flower layers three, and I love the bigs. Glad you're on them. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Deb. I like the big dies a lot better than I like the thinlets. The problem with the big dies is that they storage. Storage is always an issue, right? Especially if you have too many of some things and not enough of the other ones. But I pulled out this dice stamping die set. It's from Sizzix. Brenda Walton made it. It is called Hot Air Balloon, and it's number 660690. And I got it from Tuesday morning a long time ago. It says 2019. So I want to say 1920. What it Tuesday morning going to be is 21? Anyway, so I think we're gonna copy this little go by and try it. It does not have instructions anywhere on here besides right here. You can kind of look at it and see. So I thought we could try this. It's so funny. This is a stamp, but over here it looks like a die, like they die cut it out. So that's cute. I think this is digital, but it is okay. And I use this paper, some party paper, and I die cut all the things that I thought we could work on. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm not in the mood for that, right? So that is this, all that stuff. I was like, I had grabbed a paper pad and I was like, let's make some cards using these cute little Dollar Tree stickers. So that's what that is for. And then this is for our frame. And then I was like, you know what? We haven't used a stamp, Unity stamp in a while. And I was like, okay, we could use this flower, this ladybug, or these mushrooms. Really cool. Glad you're feeling better. I'm homesick, but excited to catch you. I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. How are you doing today? Wandering Dreamer 5555. Besides being sick, I hope you're doing okay. And then I pulled this out. So originally last night, I pulled this out and this out. And this came from Hobby Lobby. I got it for $4 when they did the clearance. Hobby Lobby has some really good, in my opinion, really good stamp sets. Um, at the price they are without going on sale. But if you can catch them on sale, then definitely catch them when they're on sale. So I thought what we could do is make a card, and I thought this was really good. Sending you a hug and a prayer, and this goes on the inside that God will keep you in His tender care. I thought that'd be really cool. So I do want to do that. I want to do a few things, but first I want to just say thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I haven't This year 2025 is not the year I thought I was going to have, okay? I thought it was going to be a lot better than what it is, and it's turned out to be a lot worse. Like every month something has not been good in my life. uh but you know what happens when you have those kind of things, you just kind of get through them and get over it and move on. But sometimes it's hard, it's not as easy to move on as we like to say, right? Sometimes it's a little bit hard to do because other people affect your life so much that it's more complicated than just saying, suck it up. But, I have a straw, a big straw, and I'm trying to get through it. But I had planned on having, so I had a calendar. I don't know what I did with it now, but I had a calendar with so many craft projects um, that we should have done by now, but we didn't. I'm going to take this 8.5 by 11 and cut it down 5.5. Yep. So, nonetheless, we are here, and I am going to just, I'm trying my best to keep staying as positive as possible. Definitely more complicated these days. Yeah. Yeah. I just thought that, I was like, okay, last year was kind of crappy. The year before last, blah, 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 each year. But this year, I'm not going to let anything get me down. Yeah. So much for that nonsense. Um, I want to do this. Now, I didn't pull out any stencils today, but I think we could do that. And I don't know who my sentiment exactly is, the company. I'm not sure if they're still in business. I hope they are. It says probably made in the USA. Um, it's having a hard time coming out the package. They don't smell like polymer. Let me see. Yeah, they're polymer and they're sticky. So ugh, that's okay. I have not been watching YouTube lately. Last week, all I did was got up, functioned a little bit. Tuesday, Wednesday, I functioned the least amount. I slept all day. I dropped my son off in the morning and slept. Um, then Tuesday, the same thing. Thursday, I did a little bit. Friday, slept in a little bit. And then Sunday, which was Easter, slept in. I got up and then I slept in and I cooked. It was raining here. My thing is broke, y'all. I have like four, not four of these, but four different mats. I just need to find which one I like the most. But yeah. Um and I think for me, and I'm not sure how you all feel about what I'm about to say. Sometimes I tend to beat myself up way more than I need to for not accomplishing the things that no one knows that I said I was going to accomplish but myself. Like no one knows the stuff that I said I was going to do. So why am I mad that I didn't get it done? Like I show strangers way more grace and mercy than I do myself. And I keep telling myself, you got to get better at showing yourself grace and mercy. You got to get better at showing yourself grace and mercy. You got to get better at showing yourself grace and mercy. And then, you know what? I'm back mad at myself again for not doing the stuff that I said I was going to do. So I'm really, really working on that aspect of just being better to myself. Sometimes you put so many, I'm going to use, oh no, where's it at? I have to use a VersaFine, but I was going to use the black one that I had got, and I don't see it on my desk. That's not good. We're going to use this one in this morning mist. I have a deep black one that was on my desk. Now it's MIA. I have to clean this thing off. So the way I know it's a polymer stamp is that it's stuck on everything, which is just lovely. Good morning, Samara. How you doing today? Hopefully well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this twice. Yeah, I'm going to stamp it twice and I'll probably end up cutting them out and stamping it again. If you all don't know, polymer stamps, a lot of people say they need to be conditioned, which I don't disagree with them, but for some reason, VersaFine does the trick, which I love. And then once it's been seasoned, I just go in with regular ink and use it. Deb, I caught some of you live last week. I was not home when you were live streaming that Monday. I was in urgent care. But then my son started talking. I was like, oh, I can't do it. Excuse me. Y'all, I have cough, really bad cough. So please forgive me. So, what are y'all up to today? How was your Easter? What'd y'all do? You had egg hunt? You got some candy? Did y'all go to Walmart today or yesterday and get more candy? That's what I normally do. Like when I'm feeling 100%, I'll just go to Walmart the day after the holiday and then I'll go and get candy. It's okay. It ended up being the part. So frustrated not going live for a while. But I was thinking about it today. Oh yeah. You know, so I considered stop live streaming altogether. Um and I was like, you know what? Let me just make some videos and then we could do some premieres. And I was like, I don't have anything to premiere. Like I'm not that person. I have zero to premiere. So yeah, I was gonna not live stream today, but I was like, I really don't have a real reason besides not wanting to per se, right? Because I always feel now, okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me fully out when I say this. You can only make a card one way. It opens and closes. There's no other way you can make a card, right? You can only sew something one way, stitch it, right? You can only mix media something one way, mix media, right? Um, and the reason why I say this because I've been following this lady. I haven't been to her channel in a long time, and she only loves live stream. She makes junk journals the exact same way, nonstop, no new techniques, no anything. And I told myself, if this lady has been doing YouTube videos, doing a mixed media junk journal for 20,000 years, get your butt out your head and go ahead and do your craft videos the way you want to do them, right? So, and the reason why I say this because sometimes I'm like, okay, is this boring? Now, I'm not asking you to tell me if I'm bored or not. I'm asking myself, am I boring? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, no, you're not. Because, you have to reaffirm yourself. Like, people can affirm you all, validate and affirm you all. It's great. But you really have to come to liking what you do yourself because if not, you're going to be in trouble. Because, I used to be like, okay, guys, what do you want to see? Blah, blah, blah. And then you get in that habit of having your audience kind of dictate to you what you want, what they want from you. And that's not good. So now, I kind of just go by what makes me happiest, like what mood I'm in. I'll make a Christmas card in January or October or whatever. Like I'm really considering doing some Halloween stuff because I was going through my stamps a few minutes ago and I was like, oh, I got a lot of Halloween stamps. All right. Oh, come on, stay there. Thank you. So yeah, y'all are stuck with me for a little while longer. I hope you're okay with that. I promise. I promise. All I'm gonna tell you is that I'm gonna show myself the same grace and mercy that I would show you. And I show a lot of grace and mercy to everybody but myself. This piece right here does not want to stamp properly. Of course we're here, right? Right. Exactly, Deb. And that's the thing, like it's I have a friend who has restarted multiple times. And I'm like, why do you keep restarting? Just stick with what you have and try and make it. You said the magic word Halloween. Oh, Halloween? Yeah. All right, there we go. That looks so pretty. It would be so pretty if this was a die cut because I don't want to cut this out. But also, look, you know, y'all know Google is a stalker, right? You know that. If you don't know that Google stalks us, Google stalks us. Okay. And I got a message from Google about 5 years ago. You know what I was doing 5 years ago? Coloring. Coloring. Like I have a whole bunch of coloring pages. And I was just like, oh, I love this. This is so cute. This is so wonderful. So I was like, yes. That was a confirmation that I guess I needed for myself to be like, okay, let's just keep going. I should have colored this first. Get out of your head. Stop it. But we're our own worst critics as well. Like You could lose 50 pounds and still think that you're overweight, right? When you only needed to lose 30, right? So now you're in peak cheerleader football player status that you used to be when you were younger, and you're like, you know what, I got to lose 100 more, and if you lose 100 more, you're gonna waste away. I feel like that sometimes. So I think what I'm gonna do is cut this piece off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning, Liz. How you doing? I was just thinking about you, Bear Crafty. I was sending a message to someone and the baby pictures popped up. And I was like, this little baby is going to be too big for this outfit I done bought her. If I can't find it and mail it off. Yeah, I'm really considering doing some Halloween stuff just because I'm not a spooky Halloween person, but I enjoy Halloween crafting. Let's talk about that. Not that I'm trying to influence any of you all. Not That's not the goal. Not the goal at all. Please. My influential days are over. You know why my influencer days are over? Uh somebody had a Joanne Hall video, right? And CC stamp. And I was thinking, I mean, it's great that you got the deals at Joanne Fabric because that's always great to get a deal. But if I wanted to get some of the stuff that you showing, I can't because Joanne is going out of daggone business. I am not an enabler. But anyway, look, CC Designs, y'all. I bought some stamps from them last year. Um, some Halloween stamps that they didn't come in time. I think it'll be really cool. Like if you look, they don't have a sale right now, but I'm gonna do some Halloween stuff. I found my lovely lady legs in a pile of stamps. I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna figure this out. Probably starting in July to July. Like I feel like for me, I like to do a whole year. Once a month is better than doing like 5 days in a row sometimes. Because I know I used to do the crater and stuff, but that person is no longer here. She is out to lunch right now. She's gone. Like I felt so bad writing Deb and saying, "Hey, I have the flu," and I might not get my video up. I'm gonna tell y'all why. This is just me. No one get upset. No one take offense to this. You have 12 months. You had the craft the videos ahead of time. Even when I wrote Wonder and Dream, I was like, I'm sick. I'm gonna try my best to get the video up, but I don't know. Like, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I went to the doctor. My throat was so raw. I'm not an enabler, Liz. My throat was so raw that I thought that I had strep throat. It hurt so bad to swallow. And so when I went to the doctor, I was like, yeah, I think I have either allergies or strep throat because the pollen count is just outrageous where I live right now. And so they were like, okay, well, we'll do a strep throat. We'll do a strep test. Do you want the COVID and flu? I said, well, since you're up there, go ahead and do all of them, right? Like just get everything out the way. Because even the person that did the test, because my fever, when I picked my son up on Monday, I had a low, low grade temp. It wasn't even over 100, it was 99.6. And when I went to the doctor, it was 99. So it had dropped. And she's like, well, you don't have a temperature. You're not really showing any signs of having the flu, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I used to be in the medical arena, right? I used to do blood draws and IVs, change people's linen, start and transfer fluids, labs, and all of that stuff, right? Like read doctor's orders and stuff like that. I wasn't a nurse, but yeah, I used to do that kind of stuff. And so, and I'm looking at her like, yeah, you're right. I don't think I'm sick. Like, I just think I have strep throat or really bad allergies. Give me some medicine so I can move on with my life. Easter's coming up. Pollen's really bad here. My car is covered in yellow. Right? If you have your car is now green, right? I have a black cart. It's green because of pollen. It's just crazy. It's so horrible. And then like if I touch the pollen, I'm itchy. My eyes are like runny. I'm like, ah, okay, okay. I see what's going on here. The pollen is getting us. But yeah, so when the test came back, the doctor was like, well, how long you said it's been going on? I was like, today. He was like, yep, you got the flu. I was like, say what? He's like, you got the flu. It's not funny, but it's funny because I was like, no, I can't have the flu. We were supposed to do a Easter egg hunt. Chris with Kay and her kids and my son. Yeah, that did not happen. You know why it didn't happen? Because no one wants to be around people that have cooties. No one. And I told her that she gave it to me. All right, let's go ahead and color this up. Okay, listen. I have something. Your card too, right? I have a confession to make. Apparently, in my clouded haze a couple of months ago, I bought more alcohol markers. Let me tell y'all something about these alcohol markers. They are not the greatest. They are probably the most duddy spuddy. No, no, no. They are the duddiest, spuddiest markers I've ever purchased from Amazon. Okay. Um, they look like this. I'm gonna use them. Don't get me wrong. It's 120. I think I probably paid like $30 for them. They're not the best. Um, this marker right here, I think. No, this one. No, one of them. The tip was crooked. I'm like, what? Huh? What happened? I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna use them, and I'm gonna use them. Just so y'all know, if y'all hear me complaining on the video, be like, well, she did say she has some dud spud markers. I don't mind having dud spud markers per se because they are economy. They're inexpensive markers. But if I spent $10 for some markers, I want to at least have 4 or 5 at work. You know what I'm saying? Like I want at least a couple of them to work for us. Okay, so we're gonna use them today because we spent money on them. I use these markers when I colored the cactus. That coloring book is icky, but I enjoy coloring it in it because the images are just like bold. And if you can color really good and not pick up that ink, they work really great. But I can't do either one of those properly. I want to turn this flower into a soft pinky one, not so much a rose, red rose. That should work. Let's see. In my head, all alcohol markers are not the same, right? If I was to use the Copic marker on these, they would run because Copic picks up that ink. I think they have like industrial alcohol ink on there. So yeah, I want to do some tutorials, y'all, some basic tutorials. I'll tell you something. Hi, Chocolate City Sim, how you doing? Your call's over. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and hear me out. This is for everyone that makes YouTube videos or content. Okay, I think, and I think more so, Liz and I have had this conversation. Liz is very crafty, and we've had this conversation about tutorials. So if y'all don't know, Liz is a cutesy pootsy crafter. She hasn't been crafting now because she has a new little baby. Her baby's 1, about to be 1. She turning 1 soon, or is she 1? Another one in 6 minutes. Oh, boo. Um, is she 1, Liz? Are you still here? Or she turning 1? She turning 1. I don't know. I need to get on a good foot. Um, but she showed me videos before, and I'm like, are you gonna do a tutorial? She's like, no. Here's the link to the tutorial. I'm like, what if I don't know this person? Right? So I think, and the reason why I said this is because another person, July. Oh, I still have time to in this little outfit. It's 16 months, but I don't know if she's gonna be able to fit it. I need to send it because she'll be 7 and I'm still talking about let me send this outfit. Um, July? Why did I think she was born in May? I don't know. Um, I asked this big time crafter creator, did she have a tutorial for what she was saying? She linked me to a video from like 2012, y'all. My mind was blown. Let me tell you why my mind was blown. I don't want to watch a 2012 video. I feel like if you do tutorials and people are asking about them, yeah, it's nice to be able to update the tutorial at least every couple of years. So I have a few craft projects that I want to share and create. So I need to make the tutorial. 2012, y'all. This is not the right color. July. Dang. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Probably not. Y'all like, mm-mm. Like the content probably hasn't changed, but the lighting is different. Your technique may be a little bit more updated. And sometimes people don't know who you are as a creator. They know the other person, right? I'm not saying steal somebody. Yeah, you want an updated version. I'm not saying steal somebody's stuff and be like, yeah, this is my idea. Always refer back to the person, but still, good grief. Okay, I feel like this needs some script on it. We're not doing that though. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. We keeping it not scripted today. Sorry, I stepped away for a couple of minutes. Hi. Oh, it's okay, Deb. Deb is busy, y'all. Y'all know what I haven't did lately? I haven't been on Facebook much. I'm trying to protect my mental health. If I'm not doing anything else, like my physical health is crappy right now, as you know, but I'm trying my best to protect my mental health. Um, because there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on in the world. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to get my stuff together because this is not gonna work for me. This is not going to work, y'all, at all. Not the way I thought it was gonna work. Because it's so plain that I need more. Sometimes you just want more. We may actually do a mixed media card situation. Do I have a script stamp close by? No? Hold on. So what do y'all have planned for the rest of this week? No, that isn't gonna work. I don't go on Facebook much anymore, just about once a week to check on. Yeah. Thank you so much. You think it look okay like this? I feel like it's the card is empty though. And I don't have. Oh, you know what? Let me see. I think I got something. I haven't been to Hobby Lobby. Not that I'm going to Hobby Lobby today. I am not that I'm not going. I'm going today. My son has an appointment close by. So I'm going there today, but um okay, look. Hear me out. Hear me out. I don't want to really cover up the Statue of Liberty, but I'm going to have to cover her up because we need her. She is not the focal point. If I take this, yeah. So if I take this other one, we can cover. Yeah, yeah. I'm fussy cut everything out. I could splatter it. I could. Let's see. Dab with these techniques. Dab with the techniques. You know what though? Hold on, hold on. Let me just go in my brain, talk to myself real quick. Yeah, here we go. Let me see. I'm gonna cut this down just a little bit. Hi, Nix. How you doing? Trying to fight this cough. It's coming. Okay. So 5.5. By 4.25. I have the worst craft of lunch going on right now because apparently I don't know not to stack stuff on top of stuff. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. So if I put this here, right, right, right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna even fussy cut that thing out. I'm just gonna restamp it because we came here to make cards, y'all. Not a mess. Not a mess. Not today. Oh, come on. There we go. Perfect. So, what new supplies have y'all bought recently? I haven't bought any new supplies. New supplies, as in like new stamp set, new scissors, some tape. I haven't bought any new things recently. No new tools, anything. But um, I have considered buying some stuff. You know who has been tempting me to buy stuff is the people that are going out of business. And I'm like, no, 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 we're not. We're not doing that. This paper is so thin. So thin, y'all. So thin. Yep, there we go. Now we can recolor this real quick. I think I'm gonna make the color just a little bit darker though than this light pink right here. So some of the markers work great, the one in the Dust Bud pack that I got a while back, and some of them are, you get what you pay for. Let's see. The only thing I bought is pink shearing scissors and a ruler. Pink shears, peaking shears and a ruler, and a few dyes, mint tape, both useful items. Look, I have been looking for some peaking shears for a while. I have a pair, but I want another pair because I have some felt that I wanted to cut and just sew inside of the felt without having to worry about the edges fraying or whatever. That's what the peaking shears are, right? The ones that cut the frayed edge. The Yeah, I think that's what they are. So yeah, I've been looking for. I haven't like actively gone on a for real search for them, but I have been considering. There we go. Getting those. Do you watch any men crafters? Not Tim Holtz, okay. Not saying he's not a man, and not saying he's not a crafter, but not a somebody that's buying stuff and crafting, and not someone selling it, not someone peddling out their goods. Um, I'm subscribed to two guys that crochet. I haven't watched any of their videos recently, and I'm subscribed to someone that does card making. I haven't watched a bunch of videos, but yesterday his video came on and said 3 cards, one stamp set or something like that. And I've watched a few ladies do it. It's like one set, one this, 4 different ways. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try that one day. Was a guy I used to watch but haven't seen anything from him in a while. Right. It's this other couple. Their name was Crafts by Two. They haven't posted in a long, long time. They used to post a lot and then they stopped. Yeah, I like this better because now I don't have to worry about trying to fill that space in. I like this. I probably can die cut that out on something and not stress myself out. I'm subscribed to a few male crafters, mostly card makers. One that does master boards and junk journals. Ooh, I don't know what a master's board is. Yeah, I enjoy watching male crafters. I am subscribed to. No, I just watch him. He does resin stuff. And I'm like, yes, I want to do some resin. I have the stuff. I did the resin once. It was horrible, y'all. Um, I had bought the light from Hobby Lobby. Um, I don't know if she's here or not. She lurks a lot. Mads, I think her name is Mad, had her on here. She was there coaching me. It was wet. It did not do it. I'm much better with plaster past Paris. Masterboard is a basically a collage using scraps and then you cut it up. Really? Have you did that on your channel, Dad? Am I missing something? That sounds like fun. I'm gonna have to look that up. Cause I could glue a bunch of crap down on paper and cut it up like no problem, easy peasy. Yeah, I really think that that's gonna be my calling. I want to try resin once. Yeah, I have resin. I want to try it again because she was like, this is what she told me. She said, it's time for you to try that resin again, right? And I was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. See, I think it's time. It's a good way to use scrap paper. So, I don't I always uh, struggle with just wasting. I know it's not a waste, but I feel like it's a waste of scrap paper. And I know it's scraps, but I feel like it's a waste just, all willy-nilly cutting the paper up and doing it. I'm gonna try it though, because Liz had did a glue book. Berry Craft had did a glue book a while back. And I was like, I'm gonna try that. I never tried it. You know what else I want to try? I want to try coloring a peacock project. I don't really care for peacocks much. I think they're beautiful animals, and I love that the guys are very fancy and the girls are like crappy looking. Have you seen a female peacock? I have resin sitting here waiting for me to try it if it's still good. Right. So I had got some resin quick cast, right? Um, I really want to get it back into that. Like it's a few things that I've bought. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it. Then I get scared and worried. This is dry. This is dried out. It was just light. Yeah. But the plaster of Paris, let me tell you, I've made some of those pieces. I was looking at this mold I got from Joann Fabric last 2 years ago. I was like, I'm gonna use this mold. We're gonna do this, blah, 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 blah. Because plaster of Paris is easy. You just put the water in, and I put glue in to keep it together. Even though the glue that I'm using is water soluble or water based glue anyway, I still like to put more glue in there because in my head it helps it not break if it falls, but it's still gonna break because it's polyester, right? But yeah, I'm like, yes, and I'm gonna do it. And then with resin, you got to be a little bit more gentle with resin. Got to get the air bubbles out. Like I've watched so many resin videos. I've been watching resin videos for a long, long, long time. This one lady does, what's her name? Craft Stash, Craft Clutch. I don't know. She posts a video on Fridays of a craft project. I'm like, I've been watching this since I lived in Mississippi, but I don't watch her that much anymore because the worst part about watching crafters is they do influence you. They do make you feel like you need to either buy the stuff or stop crafting, one of the two. And I like crafting. So some people I got to stop watching because I be feeling inadequate. I don't know. And other people are like, oh, I could try that. Yeah, that's encouraging, encouraging. But resin is so intimidating to me. Ugh, so intimidating. But I want to try a few pieces like Deb had put on the Jewelry Making Fun thing. She was like, you could try resin. I was like, yeah, I could try this resin I have. And then I'm like, do we really want to try the resin and get mad? I love this. It's coming out so great. Yay. Okay. Now, I had bought some card fronts, card bases, y'all. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use these. Them card bases so flimsy. When I tell you they flimsy, they're flimsy. So I had got these things from Hobby Lobby. And so what I tend to do is find when it's not going to attract too much attention, and I just put it on there and pretend like I'm good. I mean, I'm good to go with it. Like that's a bit busy, but it might work. And then I have another one that's striped lines. And what are these? These crosses. This will work because it says send in prayer. So there we go. You love resin keychains, but do you make them? You want to try it? I want to try it. I want to try resin charms because I think that's so cool. So we're gonna use this side. I'm gonna cut this down, and then I'm gonna take this white. No, I have some. I have some card stock. Try this light blue. right here. So let's go ahead and cut this down again. So it's gonna cut this down to 5 and half by 4 1/4. Yeah, I really so mm, can we talk? We friends, right? We friends. No one's gonna get upset when I mention this, right? Like tariffs. We're not gonna talk about the tariffs in a way that is gonna create a issue. But a lot of the stuff that I have purchased from online, AliExpress or whatever, it's not always duplicated craft supplies. It's not always like a dupe of a stamp set. It's not always a dupe of a die set. Some of it's just beads and things like that. And I usually get excited when I see that they have little pieces like resin pieces or charms and things like that. So I'm concerned for our purchasing, not from just online, but a lot of the stuff that we do purchase, especially like um the big box stores, it says made in China. It says made in China. Like, yeah, we're good with Aleene's because this is a USA product. It's made in the States, right? But like this is from Hobby Lobby and it's made in China. It's $20. They gave it to us for $5. But then what? Like, what now? What's gonna happen? Like I purchased these because I needed it for a crochet projects online. Half the stuff we get from the Dollar Tree says made in China. What now? Like what are we doing? Like what are we w- I don't understand. Like I know it can be annoying for us to talk about it, but so what do we do? Like as a group of people, Americans, people in the States, what do we do? Like do we stop purchasing as a unit to say no, don't tariff stuff like this right here, Hobby Lobby, made in China. So now it's $5 when I go to Hobby Lobby. Is it gonna say $5 and a quarter, $6? Like what what happens? And I'm not the person that's like, ooh, let's fight about this situation because I don't want to fight. I just want to know what are we supposed to do? Like what do we do as citizens of because let me tell you, if America starts making these things right here, it's gonna be $10. It won't be $5. It's gonna be a hefty price. Like it's gonna be a hefty price. 90% of anything we buy is made in China. I don't want our craft supplies to be non-existent. Exactly, but my question is like not how do we fight it? Because that's not what I'm asking. I'm not trying to fight nothing. I'm not even able enough to walk a whole mile without saying my leg hurt or something like that. So I'm not like, ooh, let's go out and beat up some people. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm like, but seriously, like what? All good questions. Even the stuff made in America, a lot of the base products come from China. Exactly. Because car parts, even if the car is made in America, some of the pieces come from overseas, right? Like we have a Toyota dealership here, right? But all the pieces are not made in the United States. And so I I I guess I'm just kind of like, uh I guess I want to know how. I know that it's going to affect us, but so what do we do? What do we do? And it's not one of those like, who did you vote for? That's not what I'm saying. We here, like we're past that. It don't even matter at this point because we are where we are at the point. So it don't matter who you voted for. If you love, hate, like, don't like. That's not the conversation. I want to know now what. Now what? Like this Jelly Roll pen. Where is this made? This is made in Japan. Tax. And these were $3 already. You get three for 2.99. Now what? That's my concern more so than anything else. I've never been concerned about the overall presentation of our president, right? Like they're going to do what they want to do no matter what person is in the office, right? They're not for the people. The people that are for us are the local people, right? And I always say that like if you're concerned about what's going on. See, it's so thin. You have to vote for people, good people in your county, your district, things like that, right? The daggone senators, that's the representatives that's going to represent you. And none of them will really have us our best interests. It's more about who can we keep quiet the longest to keep us in office the longest. Okay. So my genuine question is, I'm confused. So we get tariffs, then what? So we don't buy anything from the store. So let's go down that route, right? Let's just say, all right, so now I'm mad at you because you didn't tax the paper pads. You're already robbing us anyway for these paper pads, right? Because no way you can go from selling the paper pads for $5 to $20 and then expecting for me to be okay with that, right? Um, where's that thing? I just had it. But now, is it $25? And do we still buy it? And then what about the people that don't have jobs because we don't purchase the stuff anymore? Like, it's a snowball effect. If it happens, if and when it does happen, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be so crazy just to even try and process how so and so used to work at this spot, but because of this, they don't work it anymore, or they don't do this anymore, or now it's because at Michael's where I live, the closest Michael's to me is about 5-10 minutes away. They have two cash registers and then they have four self checkouts. I always go to the person that's in. First of all, I don't work at Michael's, so I don't want to check myself out of Michael's. I want you to do that. I already walked around the store and got all the stuff that I needed to get. I'm not getting a 1099 form from you because um of anything. So I'm not, I always say I'm not a big self checkout person. But in general, we're already getting these people not having jobs because we're okay with going to self checkout, right? And they're okay with us going to self checkout because they can stay doing whatever they're doing that's not pertaining to helping customers. I don't know. I worry that instead of us becoming more inclusive of caring about people, we are regressing, and we're regressing in a bad way. And no one likes to, as an American, I don't know about I think, I really think we're failing as a whole society, not just in the States. I think that we're failing as a whole society, when it comes to loving and caring about people and trying to do better by everybody, not just a set of people that have money or, skin tone. Is not about what color you are, what language you are, where you're from. I don't think any of that is at the moment. It doesn't matter because we're all gonna feel, as an American, we're all gonna feel it. Like, I worry. I worry. Same at the Michaels I shop at. If there's a cashier, I'm going, right. Let me tell you, last week, was it Monday? I think it was last Monday. I had went to Walmart after I had dropped my son off. No registers were open. And it was early in the morning. They usually have one register. All the self checkouts were filled. Like, it was a person at every self checkout that they had open. And I'm like, why why are y'all doing that? You're only, yeah. So it's easier to order food online. If I have to wait to self checkout and all this other crap, I don't go to Walmart that much anymore anyway. I go to a different grocery store now. I just like their food better. It's a little bit more expensive, but I feel like the chicken haven't been sitting out on the counter in the toy section because somebody got mad at their kid and left out and put it back on the shelf. I feel like that happens in stores. But yeah, not the store I go to. I hope not. Hopefully they're like, okay, the temperature of this food is this, and they're getting rid of it. They could be doing the same thing, but yeah. So we got us a card. Let's go ahead and put our inside sentiment in. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't want to start a fight. I don't want anybody be like, Brandy, you're being, you know, a crap starter. No, I'm confused. Like, the more and more I think about it, I'm just like, what are we? Where where are we? Like, where are we at when you think about it? Where are we at? I tried stocking up on some craft things from Allison, but I think that run is over, and I don't know if the rest of my orders will get through or they will change or extra charge. See, that's the thing. That is the thing. I saw I saw somewhere where they said on the 20 AliExpress said on the 20 not AliExpress, Temu and Shein said on the 25th of April. I don't know if this is true. They're gonna start taxing the Americans more. And you know what? Let me be clear. They have every right to do whatever they need to do. Every right to do whatever they need to do to protect their bottom dollar. And I have every right to protect my bottom dollar. If most of your constituents, most of your customers are America, then we'll see what happens. At that point, we'll see what happens. But I just use self checkout. Then they have to check your bag before you. I don't understand that, right? Like, why are you checking my bag? If you check me out, you know what I put in my bag. And I hate that. Like, that's the one thing that's a whole different topic. Cause yeah, I'm not stealing this thing, right? Like they're like, oh, this not in the bag. Let me check it. Okay, but what about the toilet paper? I could have put the toilet paper in there and stole it. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm stealing from Walmart toilet paper, but in general. Y'all, we made a card. We did it. We made a card. Now, the only thing is, I wish this was on a little bit heavier cardstock because you can see it's like bubbly a little bit. Yeah, I've been trying to just because I've been going through my stuff recently, and I'm like, you know what? Do I really need this? Like, there's some stamps that I don't like. Like, they're ugly to me now. I really liked them at the time. I'm like, I don't like them. And so now I'm like, okay, do I get rid of them? Do I keep them? Like, I don't know. Do I join a group that swaps stamps for stamps? I used to be in a group like that, and I got the short end of the stick. So yeah, I'm like, nah, I don't want to. I don't want to be in that group. I'm still in the group. I just don't want to be swapping my good stuff for your little crappy junk. So thank you so much. I think your card is lovely. Glad you used the background. Well, it's because this lady named Deb, she suggested, and I followed her suggestion because she was absolutely right. I didn't feel like sprinkling everything, but I did have some paper that was sprinkly. And you know the bad part about the if it happens, your hobbies are gonna catch it first. So your hobbies are gonna be the people that take a dive first. You know, but I always try to listen to what you tell me. You have great suggestions. I love when I can get free advice. I'm gonna take advantage of it. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next project craft thingy. Now, in my head, hear me out now. Hear me out before you start laughing at me because it was a thought in my head. We had used this stamp last time, I think, and I was like, this would be really cool. It's a girl, right, 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 a lady with some flowers because, I mean, oh, summer's coming up, right? We're in spring, full spring ahead. Dollar Tree will probably be $3 tree. I look, I I know I'm about to showcase a Dollar Tree product right here, but I am so tired of Dollar Tree. I'm so I go to the other stores first now before I go to Dollar Tree. Now I know that Dollar Tree only has certain things that the other stores don't have, but I'll go to the other dollar stores first. But Dollar Tree has these currently I'm looking for some planter things, and they do have the planters that's way cheaper than what's that place called? Big Lot. Not Big Lots, Home Depot. So I was thinking if we put her in here like that, that might be dumb. Let's try it. Let's stamp her out first. I was thinking we could try this though. Um, I don't know, y'all. I think that's why whenever I see a sale on things that's like a decent good sale, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it because you don't know how the economy is gonna be in 3 days, right, or 4 days. You never know right now with how things are being handled, and it's just worrying because I went to the grocery store Christmas Day. I needed eggs for something, and it was a grocery store open, a local grocery store, and I live in a predominantly Hispanic city. Um, and it was a bunch of Hispanic people in there and a few non-Hispanic. So, most of them was speaking Spanish or whatever. And when I bought the eggs were like $8.59. And I was like, okay, this is the Christmas price for eggs, right? Because I was oblivious to the fact that we're on an egg shortage and we need somebody to save us from these eggs. I'm telling you, I'm gonna buy chicken. I'm gonna get like 3 chickens and I can switch eggs for tomatoes and lettuce because I have $8.59 for 18 eggs. Nope, they're still about $6 a dozen here. Well, well, this weekend I did an order at Walmart. It didn't show up. I ordered the stuff on Saturday, and a dozen of eggs was $5, I believe. I was like, what in the world? What is going on with these, eggs? I was flabbergasted, taken aback even. Just like, why? All right, let's go ahead and color this lady up real quick. Just crazy. Crazy. I don't even want to talk about chicken because prices are already making me much more selected on craft stuff, but definitely food. Right, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna just be buying sugar and food to make up some bread and what they call it, stone soup. Put some rocks in the pot and boil them. Just crazy. It's crazy. I usually get steamed crab legs every now and then from the grocery store. So a couple of months ago, they were six. You love this image? Yeah. I figured you would like her because she's a girl from Unity. They were, I want to say they were at $7, $8 a pound, right? So a pound of crab legs is like 4 clusters. I want to say it's 4 clusters cut in half, not one big thing, right? A week later, they were 12 or $13, and I was like, they were just $8. The guy was like, yeah, they went up. You don't say, sir. You don't say. Artists are fighting AI, and as crafters, we're fighting everything. Now, you all know that I'm kind of like the BS person, right? Like I'll call BS on some stuff that I don't agree with, right? You know that. Um, and I'm not gonna. It's a few people that do a lot of nonsense on YouTube, and we support it, right? But it's this one person who I watch for their reviews. I value their reviews, but I don't like how they do their little bait and switch stuff. And they were talking about coloring books. Now, you all know that I'm into coloring books right now, right? If you didn't know, I'm into coloring books. And I was just like, let me see where this is going. This is not good. She is very in need of a different color because this is not going well. Um, I want to see where we were going with the coloring book situation because I always like to just sit back and watch when people start to do stuff that doesn't seem right. I had read a post on Reddit about this person, and it was like they always seem to do it around the same time. Why? And I'm like, I don't know. Let me see. And sure enough, they had did it around the same time. the last couple of years because the person was able to pull up the post and show it. And I was like, okay, that's not good. Can I fix this skin tone with this? Yes. No. Yes. We're gonna try. I mean, if she works in a garden, she probably has a nice garden tan anyway, right? Y'all ever had a farmer's tan? One of my arms used to always be, this is when I used to roll the window down and ride. One arm was always darker than the other. My son, he wears a uniform top to school. So his arms are two shades different now. Sorry about that scratching, Samara. So yeah, the lady was talking about trying to sell a book on Amazon, and they were like, they came in, they showed all the coloring books and how great the coloring books were, or how not great the coloring books were, and then they were like, "Yeah, I don't even think I'll be able to sell my coloring books on Amazon and get a profit for it." And I was like, "Okay, here we go. Here's the bait and switch. Here's the rub." And sure enough, they did the numbers, and magically they couldn't sell their books on Amazon. And I was like, I love this. I love this. It's very interesting how they sold that to us too. Like they sold it as if they were trying their very hardest to get them on Amazon, but it just didn't work out. Because now Amazon, which I'm guilty of, I believe the coloring books, a lot of the coloring books that I own are purely AI images. One of the images that I thought was really cute was an AI image. They tried to clean it up, but they didn't do a very good job. And I'm not pro or anti AI. I think that it needs to be managed a lot better than what it is. You think you saw that video? Yeah, I was like, uh-huh. I see what you did there with that one. Because you really want. I have a few artist friends that are graphic designers, or they draw and they get commissions, and they're very worried that AI is going to take over their job. And while I do understand that they could have some concern, overall, it's going to always be a human that needs to check, because it was this beautiful image on Pinterest. It had some ladies lined up and they were showing unification and things like that. And one of the ladies had three arms. And I was like, see, that's how you know that you need to have somebody checking it out, because this lady has three arms. Why does she have three arms? Yeah. I always watch, you know, you never know that you're being robbed until someone said, "Hey, you're being robbed." And when you know that you're being robbed, you're like, "Hey, don't do that. You're robbing me." And I think that's one of the things that I have come to grow and try my very best to watch out for. Why is this doing this to me? I don't want to restamp her. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Y'all didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. She's not even a focal point, really. We just need a face, image. That's what they tell me about my job and AI. Always going to need a human to check. Yeah, because I mean, look at the automated. We right back at where we started from. Um, Self checkout, for example. If you're not watching, I'm sure the food that you get, not y'all, because y'all would never do this, but people, and I don't do this either because I don't want to go to jail over a loaf of bread. But I'm sure people scan stuff and then they don't scan stuff. Like they scan 4 or 5 items, and then they don't scan 1 or 2 items. Then they scan 4 or 5 items, and then they don't scan a few items. Especially if you doing self checkout with a big cart of stuff, there's no way possible you're gonna catch them. especially if the camera's not directly on them and you're not watching them. And that's why I thought Walmart had said last year they were getting rid of self checkout because they were losing so much profit, but they still got it. I had read an article and they said, I bet Sam Walton is rolling over in his grave right now. I was like, he probably is. Because what he stood for, from what they've told us, is nothing like Walmart's model right now. Not at all. I feel like Sam Walton is a good example of, if you've ever watched those old Western movies, when he would give you credit, knowing that it's going to take a while for you to pay back, whereas his brother or cousin come in like, no, you can't get any more credit from us. You owe us $500 already. And you're like, but Sam said I could. Well, Sam's not here today. And it's like Christmas Eve, and you were hoping to be able to get all the food for your family or something. And luckily, Sam shows up. And be like, hey, Joe, how's it going? And he's like, well, Sam, it's not going very well. Bubba then told me no for the groceries and the presents for the kids. And Sam reach in his pocket and just give you the $500 and be like, you know what? Shh, don't tell nobody. Keep it between us. That's my theory, at least. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. But let me keep that clean image of Sam Walton. Because he could have been a booger wolf, right? He could have been something to deal with. We don't know that. But I like to think that he was way better than what Walmart is doing to his good name. Overall, especially with the self checkout. I think my issue, y'all, I hate self checkout. Like if I'm in a rush, maybe I'll do self checkout, but I don't work at Walmart. Like don't make me work for you for free. Cuz you don't even get a discount when you do self checkout. Did y'all know that? Like you don't get a discount. Whenever I go with the big roommate, he be like, "Oh Lord, I know you about to act a fool because you can't. They ain't got no lines open." Whereas he loves self checkout. I don't. Now look, I'm gonna mess this lady's neck up. Let's not be foolish. All right, let's give her let's give her some mature hair, okay? Y'all know I like mature hair people. Pull the whole lid off the thing. There we go. Oh my goodness. I hate self checkout, but my boyfriend loves it too. I don't understand. You know, I'm look. I don't know your boo. I don't know if he's the kind of person that will do a few things for you. Excuse me one second, please. But I think probably self checkout is a peace of mind. You got to talk to nobody. I'm a talker. I be like, "How's your day going? Oh, that's good. Blah 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 blah." Maybe he's like, "Let me just get in and get out. I don't have to talk to anybody." And maybe you're like a talker and you like to ask people how their day going. That's the only reason why I can see. All right, these 4 frames for $1.25. Now, if they would give us one more frame, I would be happy, right? But they gave us 4 frames for $1.25. Crap. Right. I'm gonna cut outside of this edge just a scotch. And I think we're gonna try to, I don't want to say antique it, but we're gonna make it look a little bit older. Is that the same as antiquing it, ma'am? Probably. Probably. I did something similar before and I love that picture. It was it was like a lady on the beach. It reminded me of my mom. She has a hat. It's a unity stamp. And I just oh no 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 no. Okay. Because we need to glue this baby down, okay? There we go. Yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's this one store, the grocery store I go to is called HEB. They have self checkout, but they have somebody bagging. So you run all your stuff through and they bag it for you. And I'm like, okay, I guess I like that kind of. Not really. Um, but it's okay, you know, because they have someone bagging it up. That's probably the one thing, I don't know. But I always have coupons. I usually try to use the store coupons. So I had a store coupons and sometimes it don't work. And at Walmart, the prices don't never match up sometimes with what they say. Like I had bought this glue gun a while back and it said it was on the shelf for like $6. It rang up like 10. I was like, oh no, no, no. It said it was this price. And the lady was like, okay. And she just changed the price. Because I guess, they know what they be doing or not doing for that matter. I'm so tired of this rusty hinge coming apart. Ugh. Rusty hinge said they tired of me. All right. All right. Now what we're gonna do is paint this first. And I have some acrylic markers, y'all. These right here. I want to use this gold color. Let's see. This is yellow, but I think it's goldy looking. No, it's absolutely yellow. That's okay. All right. So one side is brush and the other side is a nib. I feel like in this instance, even though it's a small image, this is a small image, we definitely could go with actual paint. But this dries so fast. Like, look, it's barely on there. And I had a fan blowing. Do y'all craft with a fan? I know sometimes you can't, depending on what you're using, like if you're using embossing powder and stuff like that. Or it's another material that they say, what's that other material that like you need to not have no ventilation on because it's dangerous to get in your lungs? And I'm like, why are you using it? That's just me. I wouldn't be using it. So this is the other side. What are y'all having for lunch today? I would like a big old po' boy. If you don't know what a po' boy is, it's a sandwich. That's what I used to call them when I was in elementary school. Basically, it's like a sub sandwich. It has like two or three layers of meat and cheese. So good. I don't think they make those anymore the way they did when I was in school. Delicious. I got these markers to paint on rocks. I love antiquing things. Rusty hinge is perfect. Yes, the thing is, this rusty hinge lid is loose compared to the other ones. Oh, just why, Tim? Why? I watched a video. He was talking about why they were loose, and I start to say, "Sir, you know you have access to all your crap. We have to pay for all the crap that you give us access to." He said people were complaining about it, so they made the lids tighter. Rightfully so. These little cubes not that cheap. You know what? I haven't been talking about Joann's much because it just hurts my feelings, right? But I feel like Joann Fabric had more of the newer products than Michaels, and Hobby Lobby don't ever seem to update some of their Tim Holtz products. I'm gonna miss Joann a lot. A lot. They had good sales. They stacked their coupons. Like they will definitely be a company that I will forever remember and miss. You know you're gonna get some hand drawn stuff today, did you? See, you just woke up and was like, "Oh, Brandy streaming. Okay, let's see what nonsense she up to." You getting hand drawn leaves, kinda, kinda. I mean, this lady is holding flowers in her hand. We would be doing her an injustice if we did not accommodate her a little bit. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put glue right around the edge. Yeah, rusty hinge. My favorite one. My favorite antiquing is vintage photo. And I don't know all the new colors that he has, but my favorite blue, of course, is Blue Lagoon, Mermaid Lagoon. What is it? Blue Lagoon? I think it's Blue Lagoon. Mermaid Lagoon, something like that. One of those blues. Love that one. Okay, so this is not gonna work well over here on this side. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now let's get down to business, to the nitty of the gritties. The one thing that I die cut, y'all. I was in a die cut and I was like, yes, I'm not fussy cutting today. I'm gonna die cut everything. And here we go, fussy cutting. We fussy cut so much stuff today. Y'all didn't think I was gonna let you get away without seeing some blue come into the picture, did you? Come on. I know you didn't think that. Never. Excuse me. Excuse me. Come on now. Come on. We were doing so well. Oh, crap. Excuse me. I have to go mute real quick, please. All right. We're back. And I think we'll go with what you want, pink or green? I mean, we only got two choices. Or you think that's enough? Of flowers, that is. Because we got some flat back gems too. I don't know if no, let's leave that alone. And I think if I could, I'm worried. I don't know what that is. That was not me, okay? That was someone else. It probably was okay until I started doing that, but let's leave it alone. Let's break the other side too. All right. I always like to put like a little cluster of stuff on one side versus all the way through. I just think it makes more sense. I'm just trying to put these markers back in here. If you don't have you a set of alcohol acrylic markers, here comes the enabling. I recommend a set. You can go to the inexpensive store. You can go Michaels and get them. But they dry so quickly. Like, of course, they're markers, right? And they're paint, and I just enjoy that. I think it just, I don't know, it does something to me when I'm able to paint something and not worry about getting out the paintbrush and all the other stuff. I just think it's really cool to do. Anyway, y'all, I think that will do it for us today because my coughing is starting to irritate me a little bit, and I don't want to keep going on mute. But let's just look at what we made. We made a card. We made a stamped image. We fussy cut, and we did this. Like we have 2.5 completed projects, and this is the only thing that actually pulled out the supply to do. Anyway, I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day. I will see you soon. I'm gonna try to get my Christmas craft video up this week, hopefully. I want to say thank y'all for watching. I may do a surprise stream this weekend. I'm not sure. Until next time, I thank you, Samara, for supporting me. I really appreciate that. Have a great day and happy crafting. You're welcome.